So, you want to play Elin, but you're already feeling overwhelmed by the many options and different stats during character creation? Or maybe you just want a quick class suggestion to get started. This video will suggest some quick beginner picks, then go into more depth on feats and attributes. Let's get started. Starting with the basics, at the top we have options for your name, alias, gender, age, and background info. These have no effect on your gameplay, so choose whatever you want. Before editing your appearance, select your gender so the correct portrait options appear, or filter them manually in the list view. Here you can adjust your appearance and save it to a slot for later. Be careful about hitting the undress button because you'll lose your shoes. You can access more cosmetic options, including lost shoes, by using a mirror table later. Next up, we have some important choices to make: our race, our class, and for some, their magic domains. We can enable extra races and classes to view the full list. I would avoid taking an oath, as this enables permadeath. For those of you that just want suggestions for a beginner build, this section is for you. You're also probably wondering how attributes relate to skills. Here's a quick chart for reference. Yearless or Yearlies is probably the most flexible race. It has no downsides and can learn faster. You can use any class, but a farmer would make it the most flexible because the main method of improving stats involves growing and eating food. By combining these two, you can easily grow into any build you want without committing to a fixed playstyle at the start. For a basic melee fighter build, you can go with pretty much anything, but for a quick combat start, I'd suggest Hillfolk for the attributes. Then pick either Warrior to continue boosting your strength, or Thief for the unique luck feat, or War Mage for better magic ability. Keep in mind this build has slower charisma gain, which is used for your party size and one method of recruiting characters. And finally, for our casual Sims enjoyer, we have the Fairy Pianist Build. This one is for people that don't want to do combat or farming right away. Instead, they can become wealthy by performing in towns and getting stoned to death. As the fairy race has some pretty big downsides, you may want to consider other races, but you do have options for dealing with them later in the game. It also has some major positives. You dodge pretty much every attack besides magic, you move faster than everyone, and the high charisma of this build means larger parties and recruiting more powerful companions. Those were my quick beginner suggestions. Now we'll be moving on to more in-depth topics. The unique feats, like Devout, can't be obtained in-game, but every skill or attribute can be obtained and improved to high levels, no matter what you started with. So, if you plan on playing for a while, picking unique feats are more important than stats. Note that not all feats are unique. Refer to the list of feats on the wiki linked below. You'll notice something called potential on your skills and attributes, with a flame icon representing its value. Potential acts as an XP multiplier. 100 means 100% XP gain, while 200 would be 200% or double XP gain. Base potential is permanent and can be improved later with a rare item. Anything more than base potential will get used up and decrease when you level up. The higher your extra potential is, the more it decreases until you reach your base potential. You can increase your attributes' extra potential easily by eating food or drinking from wells. Skill potential, on the other hand, has to be bought from trainers using platinum coins. This leads to a gameplay loop of farming platinum coins to boost your potential, grinding skill levels until you run out of potential, and repeating the cycle. Attributes are a little bit different. You tend to just make the very best food you're able to and eat a lot of it for easy gains. For example, a hamburger made with the finest dragon meat, soaked in gamer girl bath water blessed by your sky waifu, then duplicated using alchemy to feed the offspring of the dragon used to make the original hamburger. so that you could make an even more powerful hamburger in the future. Did I mention how weird this game is? Anyway, having a high base potential is helpful, but you won't be missing out if you end up with a low level in anything. Finally, we have domains for spellcasters. You aren't stuck with whatever you choose here. You're essentially just picking what spells you'll see more often. You'll find them in magic shops and dream about them, but you can still find and use any spell. The domains use different attributes, so you may want to pick one that goes with your preferred attribute. In conclusion, the unique feats are the only thing you'll be missing out on later. Make sure to consider them carefully. Also consider life, mana, speed, and various resistances, as they can be difficult to improve early on.